Hey guys, welcome back to another Zapp Comics Radio podcast. Pat, why are you laughing already?
I don't know, man.
You haven't been on the podcast in a while. You never talk, and the first thing you do is giggle.
Can't help it, man.
You can't help it, huh?
Having a good time.
I'm glad you're having a good time, Pat.
He's already talking.
So, of course, we're brought to you by Zapp Comics. We're featured on Audio Boom. You can also find us on iTunes and YouTube and everywhere else. So we appreciate all the feedback on Facebook and everything. So I want to talk to you guys about, video games. I love video games, and my crew tonight is one of my video game crew. The biggest topics in store are usually sports, movies, and video games. Actually, more than comic books. We talk about that stuff sometimes more. And the guys that are here, I love to BS with about video games, of course. You got Joe Watt returning.
What's crapping?
And what?
What's crapping? You can say that, right?
You can, but why would you want to?
Because I say that all the time.
Okay, sure. Joe Watt's back, my boy. Patrick James McCluskey's here.
Yep.
Can you speak?
Yeah.
Okay.
I could say stuff.
Good. And we have a very special guest tonight. One of my favorite people who comes into the store. You see him online. He is YouTube sensation. Craig Edelson from Craig Stuff.
Yeah.
How you doing?
What's up, kid?
I'm good.
Yeah?
I am very good.
Yeah?
And, I'm glad to be here.
We're glad to have you.
I'm very excited. I'm very excited to talk about Arkham, the series.
Yeah, it's cool, right? I'm glad you're here. I'm glad
really
you can make it. I know you're a busy guy with your YouTube stuff and Craig Stuff. The best intro ever is Craig from Craig Stuff.
Thank you.
Coming out of the closet and rolling onto the couch and onto the floor. Great song. You ever get a chance? I love the song Joe created for me, but your song's awesome.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
If you get a chance, just look up Craig Stuff on YouTube and you'll see.
My family sang that to me for my birthday.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice. You got a good family.
Instead of happy birthday. You have a beautiful home.
So, all right, guys. Now, of course, Batman, the Arkham games are huge. Absolutely huge. Arkham Knight just came out a week and a half, 2 weeks ago? Oh, it was last week, right?
It was last Tuesday.
Last Tuesday, okay. Major game. I know it got delayed a little bit. So it was supposed to be early June and ended up being late June.
Actually, it was supposed to be originally last year.
Yeah.
Oh, was it really?
It was supposed to be 2014, yeah.
So the buzz on that game was amazing because Arkham City is considered by most people the greatest video game ever made. It's up there.
I'd say it's up there.
The sales in that game, I think it broke 6 million sales. On Arkham City, 6 million total units, which is insane. Okay, I know Arkham Asylum sold like 4.3 million its entire run. Arkham City sold 2 million its first week.
Arkham City, the Metallica Black album of the 2000s generation.
That's right. So everybody played that game. Was officially the last video game I bought, and it'd probably be the last video game I'll ever play. I retired from video games because of that game. Now let me tell you why, Pat. Before you keep giggling, you're a kid. That's all you have time to do is play video games. I don't. Okay, I could play every other Monday for like 4 hours.
Sure.
That's it. Now, mind you, these games, the controls are a little tricky. There's a lot of buttons for an old guy like me. I grew up on Atari.
Yeah.
And Nintendo, NES. We didn't call it NES. We just called it Nintendo because that's all there was. All right. So by the time I got used to the game, I'd be like an hour into it, and like that battering stuff, man, I hated that. My wife would leave the room because I would get so angry. Those battering things where you have to go backwards.
The remote battering.
You know how annoying that is?
You have to take off the inverted controls.
Yeah.
But oh my god, I don't know what that means. But it's ridiculous. Dude, that game, my blood pressure, my dog would leave the room because I would get so annoyed at it. So I realized the reason why I stopped playing it was because I was like 80% done. And I went to play it one day, and the save was gone. I called everybody up, like, there's nothing you can do, and like a week later, they announced the cloud. So they're like, oh, check your cloud. I'm like, dude, there wasn't a cloud when I played the game. So it's gone. So I said, I tried starting over again. I'm like, I can't do this again. So I just said, you know what? I didn't enjoy playing it. I kind of was like forcing myself to play it. It wasn't a good experience. But it's because I'm an old school gamer. I would BS on Call of Duty and shoot people and get shot, and then guys like Patrick would come and I couldn't even respawn because he would just kill me, and I'm like, I'm done. So I'm going to stick with my side-scrolling Castlevanias and Metroids and
classic,
Chrono Trigger. I'll play that all day long before I play a new game. But besides that, the game, the industry, I know Dark Knight, the movie, really, really put Batman like super mainstream because before the New 52 and like Batman was kind of on a low. Batman Begins came out. It was a good movie. It did well, but it wasn't like a blockbuster success. According to box office numbers, as far as it being a major release from Warner Brothers, and of course, Dark Knight came out, exploded. The first Batman game came out, which was Arkham Asylum.
Yes.
Arkham Asylum. That game kind of snuck up on people.
I didn't even know it came out.
Yeah, came out. What year was that?
Arkham Asylum.
Yeah.
2009.
2009.
We've been going half a decade now on these Batman
yeah,
games.
That's what I'm saying.
Man.
So because most superhero games aren't really good. You know what I mean? Like
they've all sucked so far.
X-Men Legends was good. Ultimate Alliance was cool, but they weren't like
the same.
They weren't fantastic.
It was the same thing.
Yeah, but it was nice having all the characters.
But the first Batman game, I know it was limited, but it was beautifully done. It was dark. I mean, it was
voice acting.
Great voice acting. It was cool, and it really changed it. So when Arkham City was coming out, I remember waiting at midnight to get it. Just because it's just what you did. Everybody bought that game. Everybody has that game. Awesome game.
My biggest regret was not getting the collector's edition for that game.
What did it come with?
A statue, like one of those black and white statues, which I eventually then got at Walmart.
Okay.
On clearance.
And may be available for purchase at Zapp Comics.
People trade them in every now and then, you know what I mean? We get it without the game, because people just trade the statue.
Before we continue, I just want to say to any Zapp customers that are listening right now, the next time you come into the store, I'd like you to harass Corry a little bit. I'd like you to get him going on playing the games again. Just a little gentle push when you're checking out and you're handing him your debit card to buy this week's comics. Why don't you just say something like, "Hey, Corry, after you have, tell the kids you're going to have, how about you sit down with the Xbox and you play a little Batman and get back into it?"
I hate to tell you this, Joe. I don't own a system anymore.
Oh, that's it. They're all gone.
The only system that is in my house is an SNES.
Oh, boy.
Which I have I have the original trilogy of Star Wars games. I have Super Metroid. They're all.
In that case, I recommend Spider-Man and the X-Men.
Yes, that's
a good one to play.
I think we have that in the front case up here. But so my daughter, she's 3 years old. I've been teaching her to play Mario a little bit on the DS.
Nice.
I was all excited to go get Jurassic World Lego, and you have to get like a 3DS to get to play it. I'm like, I'm not spending $120 to get a $30 game. I'm not doing it. So I was very upset with that.
All right.
Again, it's my age. And Pat, have you said anything yet?
Yeah. You said a couple of things. I just want to know, are you really that good at Call of Duty?
He was ranked. Like, what were you ranked?
I was ranked pretty high. But
the peak of your playing when you that's all you did. What were your ranking was?
I don't know. It was like in the top 1,000 people.
Yeah, top 1,000 people.
Wow.
What system?
PS3.
What Call of Duty game?
See, that's why it was on
PS3. That's what everybody always says. I think it was Warfare 2. Yeah, Modern Warfare 2.
Oh, okay.
That's fantastic.
But still, he's ridiculous.
I believe it.
But nah, I'm not good anymore.
Oh, I'm not good anymore, bro.
I don't have time to play anymore.
I was good at Guitar Hero.
Yeah.
We talked about Guitar Hero today.
What's that?
The
new one comes out, right?
Guns N' Roses on. You're like, oh, that's the first song I learned on Guitar Hero.
Yeah, or played on guitar.
I'm sorry, I played on guitar. So.
Yeah.
Very cool. So, the Batman stuff, I know the new one's out. It's getting a little bit of...
Mixed reviews?
Mixed reviews. I know wasn't there a PC problem?
Yeah.
I'm playing on PC. If we want to get nerdy for a minute, there's two main graphics cards for PC, AMD and NVIDIA. AMD card owners had a humongous problem with the frame rates dropping all over the place. Okay. I am lucky I upgraded to NVIDIA a couple of months ago, and it played like a champ for me. I loved it, beat it, great game.
Now, what do you play on, Craig?
PS4.
Pat?
Same.
PS4, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So what's the difference between...
Get out!
Is there a difference between the PC version and the PS4 version or no?
Not content-wise.
Okay.
No.
Now, you can use the Batmobile in this one, right?
Yeah.
Okay, is it cool?
It's awesome.
All right.
It's everything you'd expect and more. It's got crazy guns and missiles, and if you hold down... I still play with an Xbox controller on the PC. So if you hold down the left trigger, you play in, what is it called, battle mode, right?
Yeah.
Tank mode.
And you can essentially move that Batmobile around as if it were like a person. So it's very gentle and it doesn't roll all over the place. It's very precise, So a nice playability, if that's a word, on the Batmobile.
It transforms like so smoothly. It's just like, it looks like a transformer like from the movies. Like,
what's it change into?
It's like it's more of a tank mode, yeah.
Does it look like the Tumbler?
Yeah.
I would say it's a cross between the Tumbler and like a more, I don't know,
classic
contemporary
look
of a Batmobile.
Does it look like what's the Batmobile look like though? What do you?
Looks like
No,
the Dark
No,
Knight
but you're saying a
Batmobile.
tank. I don't see that it changes in the side.
Oh yeah, I guess. Does it look
What does
like,
it change from into
It
something?
changes
Let's say
into
from,
the
like, from-
tumbler-esque thing into a tank. Like it
Oh, okay,
expands
okay.
and
So
it
yeah,
comes
a little.
up.
I heard.
Yeah, yeah.
The wheels
transforming.
kind of like turn and.
Okay.
It's a very gritty Batmobile, you know.
Oh, we have
it's
to be,
awesome,
man.
though.
Look at the world he's in.
You gotta be, bro.
Look at the
Your
world he's in,
Batmobile,
man.
You gotta be
Come
gritty,
on,
man.
the last time I played, there's a sick Joker running around, man. You can't go down the street in a car.
A couple things on the Batmobile let's talk about in the game, okay? Number one, he shoots non-lethal bullets at thugs.
Yeah,
What
is it, a giant potato gun, dude?
Non-lethal
They
rounds.
fall down and then get up a couple minutes later,
I mean,
man.
I'll be honest. I mean, I haven't played all the side quests, so I don't really know how much there is. But you don't shoot people that often.
I like shooting.
But you
I
could.
shoot people. It's great. It's like Grand Theft Auto for Batman.
Well, no,
Everybody's a
think about it
Batman.
though. I
There's a
mean, you
couple
can't have Batman
sequences.
running down with like a Gatling gun just killing people.
It does have unlimited ammo. It takes a little bit of little time to reload the big missiles, but the regular
Yeah,
pistol gun or whatever you want to call it, unlimited ammo. So
Now,
go
can
nuts.
you? Is it a one-seater or is it a two-seater?
It's a one-seater.
It's a one-seater.
back
Two
seats.
seats in the back.
Two in the back for villains, and every time you apprehend them, you got to bring them back manually to GCPD.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
you actually have to drive their
Yeah.
butts back to the police
Okay.
station.
But it's cool because the jail actually fills up.
Yeah, there's a percentage that marker that tells you
Yeah.
the jail is now 85% full. You know, with super.
So what happens when you fill it up?
Didn't get
You
there
win
yet.
the game.
Yeah, I guess you'll be.
They all escape.
You go play something else.
What's your favorite part of the game, Pat? I know I haven't beaten it yet, but like, what sets this aside from the other one?
The only thing so far, I mean, is pretty much the Batmobile. I mean, I feel like most of the controls are pretty much the same, right, in the game.
Generally,
Yeah.
Identical.
So yeah.
Yeah.
So pretty much Batmobile's like the newest thing for it.
There's a lot less opening up grates, I feel like, in this game, which was always annoying.
Oh,
Having
yeah.
to smash
Yeah,
on-
that was
on the
annoying.
X button, so just like open up a grate where he moves it like slowly.
Yeah, I you notice.
They did get rid of that,
I
actually.
can't. I just don't have patience for this stuff anymore. You know what I mean? Like to watch the cut screen. I don't want to watch it. I just want to play the game. So to me, it's
I
like
love the
Yeah, that was the best part of the
I don't
game.
want. I want to get to the end of it.
Well, no,
That's why.
Savor
Listen,
it,
Yeah.
man.
I'm gonna
You
tell you
eat it all
something.
at once.
This is my problem. I always have to. I have one speed run. I won't go. Okay. So that's why I'm not a huge like book reader. Like if you give me like Hellblazer Volume 1, I'm on page 2. I want to be on page 50. I want to finish it because I want to get to the end of it. I'm like that. I'm like that with food. I'm like that with everything. I want to just get done. That's why I always eat on the run because I don't want to sit down and eat. I want to get it's fuel. Fill me up. Go. That's why I just have I don't have patience for it.
Unbelievable.
This guy.
But then again, I'll sit down and I'll play Metroid for like weeks. It depends on what it is. It depends on what it is.
I could spoil that for you.
Or what?
Samus is a girl.
I remember that when it happened. I remember playing the game and me and my friend were playing it and it was a girl. I was like the biggest thing, and like a month later they put it in Nintendo Power.
Yeah,
we didn't have internet.
I think I was a little young at the time, but now I know.
And you weren't even born when that
No,
happened.
probably not.
Yeah,
when
that game came out. Yeah, NES. You
80s.
weren't around.
No.
What year were you born?
91.
Oh crap.
91. You're making me feel old now, dude.
What year were you born, Pat?
92.
Oh,
I'm out. I'm done.
I was early though, in January.
Joe, I'm born in
January,
'77, Joe.
Oh, stop. Don't tell me that.
Were you born in '87?
84.
84?
Here's my prediction to all Zapp customers is that in, let's say, you're going to be 40 soon, so we can't say that. When I'm 40 and you're 47, I'm still going to be coming here, or it's probably going to be Zapp Comics and Wing will probably be 3 times the size as it is now by the time I'm 40, which is in 10 years. That's scary. So in 10 years, I guarantee, once Corey's kids are grown up and whatnot, that I'm going to be coming in here, and one day Corey's going to say, "Hey, Joe, let me ask you something, man. What's up, Corey? This one Riddler challenge, man. Arkham City is killing me, man. You gotta help me."
No, I don't think so.
Oh, wow.
I just don't have. I don't have that.
I don't
I don't have the
Hey, hey,
taste for it.
Things change, brother. Don't worry. One day you're gonna say to yourself, "Man, I'm 50
No, you know
years
what it
old
is?
and I didn't even
You know
play
what it is?
Arkham City."
I'm
yet."
a boring old man. Okay. The only thing I look forward to when I go home, aside from seeing my wonderful wife and my awesome daughter,
Check.
is watching Seinfeld at night. And I've seen every episode a million times. I have to watch it on TBS when it's on 5 times. I have to watch it on PIX at 11. And I have to watch it, okay? And I've been to more movies. What's so funny, Pat?
No, I'm sorry.
I've been to more movies this year than I have in the last couple of years, okay? I saw Age of Ultron. I saw Jurassic World. I saw...
Jaws.
Inside Out, which was awesome, and I saw what's the other one? Big Hero 6 and SpongeBob movie.
SpongeBob is spongy.
Okay. Then the movie I look forward to the most to seeing on the screen was the 40th anniversary of Jaws, because my favorite movie of all time is the first time I saw it in this theater. A movie I saw literally 87 times. I wanted to see that, and I enjoyed it more than any other movies. I'm just an old guy. I just want the same thing over and over again. That's how it is. I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry, man.
The only thing I want more than that is for Pat to say more than 2 words at once, and that's not going to happen.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
So go back to these games.
Batman games. How many of them are there?
There's 4.
What are the titles? I'm quizzing you now. What
Okay,
are
you're
the
going to
titles?
quiz me. Okay, it's
What's the first one?
the first one is Arkham Asylum.
Okay.
The second one's Arkham City.
All right. This
Then
is the tricky
then
part.
there's a prequel, Arkham Origins.
Arkham Origins.
And this is our Arkham Knight.
Nice job. A+, man.
Yeah, see, I know. You know why? Because we sell the books. Arkham Asylum. Arkham Knight. Sells very well.
That's something I'd like to ask
But
you.
there's Arkham Origins
Yeah.
book too.
Was there comic books for every single one of these games? Except for the Asylum?
I don't think the first one.
Well, I mean,
I
the
read
first
some
one's
of the Arkham
derived
City
from.
ones when
Arkham City was,
kinda like
and
when
they
I
had cool
first started
variants for it. I think like Best Buy had a variant. Like Arkham City had or Origins. They had books for them all.
Okay.
The newest series sells awesome.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
All right.
So I think they release them online first, and then they come into print. I think. But
Cool.
again, it's another way.
All
for people-
available at Zapp Comics in Wayne and Manalapan, New Jersey.
Thank you, Joe. My the biggest
I'm
cheerleader.
the hype man.
I know. I love it because Pat's doing nothing for me.
Yeah.
So. Now, as far as like rating this game compared to City,
Yes.
is it a step back or is it a step forward?
This one was mature, right?
It was mature.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
the first mature game because the other ones were teen.
The other ones are mature too. They just wouldn't be able to sell them if they. Come
Yeah,
on, man.
I know. That's why this won't sell as many as the other ones either because of the mature rating.
Yeah.
Were they all Rocksteady or was it just the last 3?
Our Origins wasn't
It's a
Rocksteady.
different
Origins
developer,
wasn't.
yeah.
But the other ones were
It was,
Rocksteady. Okay.
Yep.
Montreal, I think.
Okay. Yes.
Warner Brothers.
Now, as far as ranking these games, which one, Pat? What's your favorite one?
Oh, well, I'm not done with Arkham Knight yet, so.
Yeah, but you don't have to be.
All right, you
I
guys
mean-
both haven't finished Night yet.
Yeah.
So what's your favorite?
Probably Arkham Knight. I mean,
Yeah?
I don't know how it's gonna.
I know how it
out,
ends. I'm not gonna spoil it
And
for
then
you.
like, well, I
Joe
don't know how
told
it's
me.
gonna play. Like, I'm gonna play through it. Like, I don't know if it's because like, I mean, at this point, it's kind of like you're doing the same thing as other games. Like, you know, it's the 4th game around, and they didn't change too much like boss battles or like, you know, only thing they changed really was the Batmobile. So like, I guess it kind of feels repetitive at a certain point, but it's still like a really like easy fun game.
Well,
to
the
play.
opening sequence that Joe told me about, it was pretty sick. I didn't even see it. It just
Well, yeah,
started.
I
We
mean,
can
it's
give that
the-
one away. Everyone that's
What, the
played is
Joker?
gonna. Yeah. So at the beginning of Arkham Knight, you see the Joker, and you can't really tell at this point, but he's in Incinerator, and you're like, "What do you have to do?" And you're a policeman or
yeah.
coroner, or what I don't know the proper term, but it just says press A, and then you keep pressing A, and
it
you're
burns it.
essentially cremating the Joker's body while he's smiling at you with his eyes open.
And then there's also the controversial killing joke scene, apparently, that you have to like relive, but you can't do anything about
You
it.
can't do anything. It's brutal.
You kind of like under the influence of something.
He got.
Can we spoil
Yeah, we
that?
can talk about
Because I mean, okay, so
Anybody who's played these games knows about scarecrow toxin.
yeah,
You know?
Batman is.
Did you get to this
sick.
point yet, Pat?
This is
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
since the beginning of the
Oh,
game.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, fear
he's,
toxin.
Yeah, he's under the influence, I guess, of this fear toxin, which is used the Joker's blood, I believe, is what they did. So he sees the Joker everywhere, and so the Joker,
Which is how they got him back in the game.
exactly,
Okay.
which is great because he
Yeah.
plays a huge role in the game because of that.
Yeah.
And you're kind of just standing there in the shadows, and meanwhile, the Joker, that whole killing joke scene is happening in front of you.
And you can't do anything. You just have
And
to
you
watch
just
it.
stand there, and it's just like shadows all around you with like a spotlight on the two of them, and they're on the floor or whatever.
You don't even see it coming. He pops in with his Hawaiian shirt on, and instantly I was like, "Oh man, they're gonna do this right now, huh?" And he just pops her right in the spine, falls down in a pool of blood, the poor girl, and you literally can just stand there and watch it and move around, and you can't do anything. And you don't know when it's gonna end. You're like can't press start or A or anything. What's the problem?
I'm going to ask this. Pat is notorious for laughing at people getting hurt. And
Oh,
like,
come on. What the?
disastrous things. Were you laughing while you're watching this?
No. What the?
I'm just making sure, Pat. I've seen some. You laugh at a lot of bad things. So.
Nah. No, it was cool.
It was cool.
Yeah, of
Oh,
course.
okay.
You know, throw back to the Killing Joke.
Look at it like this. We're never going to get a Killing Joke cartoon, so that was like as Killing Joke
Yeah.
animated as it's going to get, right? So like I was like pretty like not taking it back because I've seen
Yeah,
I
of
read
course.
Cross, so that's nothing.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But to see that like like not live, but to see it like motion happen, like that was cool. I was
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
That's as close
Did it
as we're
look
gonna
like
get.
did it look like the Brian Bolland art, or was it in style of
No, it's
the
the
game?
game.
No.
game
Okay.
style.
Oh, no, I'm just
Hey
curious.
man, you can't.
I'm just asking. I need a visual, dude. I've read the story like 10 times. I only have that in my head. I want to see. I want to know what it's like.
But they have these scenes a couple of times. I don't know if we can spoil that.
As long as we promise we're not going to give away the identity of the Arkham Knight, but there's going to be some other heavy spoilers on the Arkham Knight game in this podcast.
I'm assuming you'll
Okay.
just mention that at the beginning.
Well, I mean, obviously, I'm going to
Yeah.
mention it right now.
You're
It's just
mentioning it
spoilers.
right
now.
They'll know.
Right now,
I mean,
spoilers.
we're talking about the game. If you
Yeah.
listen to something about the game, obviously, it's like we're talking about a movie. I mean, listen, Jaws eats people. We're talking about Jaws. I mean, what do I do? So it happens,
But there's a couple of scenes with Jason Todd where the Joker is like torturing him, and he's in the chair, and again you can't do anything, and you're just watching it happen. And I think after one of them, when it finishes up, Tim Drake comes in and he's Robin, and Batman calls him Jason.
On
Sad.
purpose?
No, on accident.
No.
Oh, an accident.
He goes because it just happened where he just saw this happen, and then it finished, and then he comes in,
Oh, okay.
and then Tim goes. He says like, "Oh, that hasn't happened in a while."
Poor Tim.
Yeah,
That's
but that
awful.
recently.
That's awful. I got a little fight today with Pat because Pat, you might not know he's cocky. He doesn't look like it or act like it, but he
What
is.
the-
Okay.
I don't
No,
believe
my
you.
daughter's a big Teen Titans Go fan. So
Did you school
I've
a
heard
little
this
girl on
before.
a Teen
No,
Titans
no, I
track?
told him.
Oh.
The old man did. I said, what's cool is they're gonna have the 100th episode of Teen Titans Go this week. He goes, what? They haven't had a 100th episode. Then I go, yes, they have. He goes, maybe if you count the original Titan series. I said, I don't think so. So of course I go online. Sure enough, there was 40 episodes in season 1 and 40 in season 2, and there's already been 20 in season 3, so that makes 100. And Pat was speechless for a moment, which is surprising because it says
15-minute episodes. It's
I know.
pretty easy to...
Yeah.
So the 100 episodes, Pat. I just thought about it because they showed all the Robins on one of the episodes.
I saw you posted
Yeah,
a
that's
picture
pretty
of that,
cool.
And people were arguing about who's who.
Who? So yeah, I don't know. What you gonna do? But anyway, so this is. So, do you like this one better than the other one, Joe?
City is number 1. This one is like just as good. The story on Arkham City is just like unbelievable.
Well, the thing is, you can't really top it. I mean, how do you top? Is Paul Dini involved in this one?
No.
He did the other one, right?
Yeah, that's
so.
why
They
that
did
guy's
the
a
first
genius,
two,
man.
right? I think.
Yeah. Is Harley in this one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
I'm just Joe.
You can't do it. Let me tell you something about Batman moving forward for the next 45, 50 years. You ain't gonna be able to do jack squat with Batman without Harley Quinn. You're gonna need Blondie to sell him from now on. I'm
Okay,
telling you.
I'm just-
Although
my
it's a
prediction.
different- I guess in Arkham City it was a different voice actress.
It's okay. So in Arkham Asylum, it is the very famous Arlene Sorkin, the original person they modeled Harley after. She did the
Yeah, she was Dini's
voice
friend,
of her,
right? Yeah.
Dini's friend. She originally did the character on Young and the Restless, I believe it was, or Days of Our Lives. I forget what soap she was on. But they modeled off her, so they got her to do the voice like she did in animated series for the first game, and they switched it off to a younger girl, Tara Strong, who's been doing it for the past couple games. I'm Harley fan number 1. Of course I know all the voice actor info, bro.
Did I ask you if you didn't know? Don't touch me, man. Stay over there.
Does Tara Strong do Starfire?
She does.
She does a couple of things,
I know
man.
she does a lot of
She
characters.
does Raven.
The
I feel
name.
like
She chose Raven. I was saying
Raven,
the name
okay.
sounds familiar.
Yeah,
So
okay, and I knew she did a voice in Teen Titans.
now is Hamill doing the Joker in this one?
Hamill the Joker. Yeah,
Okay.
he's got a pretty big singing part in this one.
Actually, he said he was done after Arkham City. It was a big thing. He's like, oh, I'm done voicing the Joker.
Because he's doing Star Wars. He doesn't
Yeah.
need to do it anymore.
He was
What's
just like,
that?
that's it forever. And then Arkham Origins came out, and it wasn't him, and it wasn't.
Oh, really? And
what's
Conroy?
his name?
Kevin Conroy?
Yeah, Conroy didn't voice Batman Origins either.
Okay.
And then they both came back for this one.
Okay.
Which is great because
Yeah, it was awesome.
that's the best voice cast.
Everything I've read, I think it's like universally, Arkham Origins is panned as the worst one out of the four, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's not a Rock City game, you said that, right?
Yeah.
I enjoyed it, but I didn't think it was.
It plays like the rest of them, even though it's a different developer, but the story is weaker.
Well, it's all about the
compared to
story.
ones
It's
Well,
not-
it came out literally a year after Arkham City, I
That
think.
is
So
true.
like you had Arkham City, and then you went right into Arkham Origins, and it's like, okay, well, I just played Arkham City.
I don't think I played Origins. I think it was City the one I stopped playing.
Yeah, it was City for you.
I don't remember.
Origins Black Mask is the main.
No, I didn't. I remember.
Well,
no,
yeah,
I didn't
Black
do that
Mask
one.
was
Is that
the
what
whole-
they had Deathstroke in it too?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't play that
Film
one.
with Deathstroke,
I didn't play
yeah.
that one. The one I had played had like Deadshot and Penguin.
Yeah.
It was Penguin? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I just lost my mind. Love that game. It has Talia. That's the second one, right?
That's
City.
Yeah,
yeah. But
That was awesome.
Oh yeah.
Solomon
You know, I will
Grundy.
say this: one of my least favorite Batman villains was Scarecrow, until the game. The game, he was cool.
Yeah.
He was like that big monster.
Oh,
and he,
they did his whole look for that.
yeah, it was cool. I mean,
scary.
they really. Oh my God, he's cool. I was
I
never a big
loved
fan.
how he looked in Arkham. I was Arkham Asylum, where he's like,
Genius.
he looked great in that, and I think he looks even more badass in this one.
Oh, he's in this one too.
Yeah.
You
You
know,
know, go ahead.
oh, I mean, for like a lot of people like that weren't in the comic books, like Arkham style of characters that they revamped is like the only way they know them. Like,
Well, that's what I'm saying. It brought in so many people. I mean, I know I said it before with the Dark Knight, New 52, and this game really made Batman, because Batman was never the top-selling book from DC. It was Green Lantern forever until that movie came out and it derailed it. But it was never the top-selling book, and now it is. There's like 10 Batman titles are all in the top 15 sellers. So, and then they add new ones, and it goes right back up to it. So, the look of it, you know, he's getting more and more. Every now and then, the books just seem to get more kind of like armorized a little
Yeah.
bit. And when the figures come out, anytime they do a figure line based on these games, I see people that come in here that don't buy any comic books, nothing. They buy those figures. You know what I mean? They love that. And Harley Quinn,
You know,
She-
I buy that stuff.
she went, you know, she completely changed her look, and it's pretty much dead on from the game.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, that's the look of Harley.
That's funny how she went from a cartoon to a comic, and then now a video game is also another outside medium is influencing her comic look too.
It's fine. Listen, it's an outlet. You know, it's.
That's what she's going to in the movies too, right? Is she's got that like.
Think about it, like a Batman on a good month. Okay, well, the main title, if it's a main arc, it'll sell maybe 100,000 copies, maybe
Okay.
110,000 copies, which is a big deal. These games sold 6, 7, 8 million copies. So there's people that aren't reading the books that know. In the
Yeah,
movie,
it's
think
pretty
of all the
crazy.
millions of people who see the movie. You know what I mean? So it doesn't mean they're gonna pick up a comic, but it all looks like Batman. It's not like it doesn't look like Batman. It's just a different. And you think about it too. My big gripe about Batman when I was a kid, I didn't like him, is that he's a human being. He doesn't have any armor. He's gonna get killed. So he's gonna need to wear armor if he's fighting people.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So it's more practical and I guess believable, even though it's not believable, that he's gonna wear something like this if he's fighting these guys.
Sure.
You know?
Which they try to explain using, all these fake
Yes.
materials and stuff like that. It's super bulletproof. Dude,
Liquid
there
armor.
was the scene where the Arkham Knight had him down
Oh
and
yeah.
had to find the exact spot in his suit where he could
Oh really?
shoot him.
Well, I will say this, though, playing, I guess it's the first game when you first could jump and just kind of float with the cape.
Yeah.
That was cool.
The
man.
gliding.
I'm like, this is cool.
It's essential, man.
Oh yeah.
So when you would land like with a punch going down, awesome.
Did you know there was one guy on the staff of, I think it was Rocksteady, who his entire job was to animate the cape. And the
Oh, yeah,
entire
yeah.
time they were building that game, all he was doing was animating the cape.
I believe it. I mean, it
'Cause
has to be
it's-
precise.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why these
how
games
many
take so
months
long
the
to
guy
make. You
did
don't
with
realize,
just the
like,
cape.
it's not like a side-scrolling game. These are like the amount of people that are like, it's like making an animated film.
These are interactive films, man.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, when you
That's
make
what I
like
think it
Pixar,
means.
it takes like $150 million and 7 years to make it because it's like legit. You got guys working on just like the eyeballs. You know what I mean? Like they have to move.
Yeah.
You know? That's funny to you, Joe?
Because the body part you picked was eyeball.
Yeah, because they gotta be precise. If that eye's off a little bit, it doesn't look right. You know what I mean? You gotta
one
make
eye
sure.
is right on, the other one's always looking off to the side.
This is why I don't like,
You
this
gotta
is why I
be-
don't like Skyrim. I don't know, dude, like the way they look in like those games, like they're just like staring blankly.
That
at
game
you,
was
and-
hot for like a few months.
Oh,
I mean,
they're,
that game
they're
was
huge.
big.
They're
Remember
so-
that?
game's
oh,
very good.
I'm like the only person in the world who doesn't like those games.
Skyrim.
I
Right
don't
now,
like 'em. I'm with you, man.
Oh wow! See, I finally found somebody who doesn't like those games.
Nah, I stick to the crazy games.
Like
Waiting for the
action
cross
games.
video game to come out.
dude, that ain't coming out. Man. That is not coming out, man. If you don't know what Cross is, just go to Avatar Press and look up Cross. It's basically like Walking Dead's like kindergarten compared to this. This is like
Arkham Asylum and all these games are like Sesame Street compared to Cross, man, as far as intensity.
And Joe Ott's like the sweetest guy on earth. He'll do anything for you, but he's a Cross fan. Doesn't make sense.
Unbelievable. Gotta let out the inner darkness, man. Gotta let the beast out somehow, you know? Can't go around doing it myself, so. There's a whole comic book company dedicated to putting it out there for us to check out, you know?
Yeah, I see that, and you buy every one of them.
Unbelievable. Hey, let's talk Batman Arkham games, right?
Yeah.
So, you know what's great? I was thinking about the other day about all the Arkham games is that, you know, we don't know anybody at Rocksteady. We don't know, like, if these are lifers for the comics or if they were new hires that have been with the company for a couple months and they've been tasked with make the next Batman game unless you further delve into the history of the games, right? But one thing that we can say for certain is that they, like, have done their homework as far as, research is concerned.
Oh, yeah.
And,
Absolutely.
not just the amount of, like, if you go look online and like, any Batman wiki page and look at the list of characters that they've decided to include spanning these games. It's unbelievable. Calendar Man.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
He's
in this new game, Professor Pig.
Oh, yeah.
Is he like he's a new guy from New 52, isn't he, Professor Pig?
Oh, man.
Wasn't he
From
Dark
the
Knight?
Crazy Circus or whatever?
He's in this game. I
Yeah.
haven't gotten that.
You haven't got the Professor
I haven't
Pig?
got
Well, I
that.
thought a huge
It's like a
spoiler.
side
Okay.
quest, yeah.
I haven't
Yeah.
seen him.
Well, I like in Arkham
Firefly's
City,
back, I know.
the Arkham City, the calendar man's like he's sitting underneath the courthouse.
Yeah.
And if you go to different times of the year,
Yeah.
he's like it changes with
Yeah.
whatever time you're
Famous
playing.
achievement for talking to him on a certain amount of days. Most people didn't do it the right way, though. Most people just changed the date on their system and turned off the Xbox, went and changed the date to the next date, and went and talked to him, and then turned this and repeat the process 15 times until you get the achievement.
Oh, really?
I'm guilty. Yeah.
Oh, that's how you know about it.
Yeah.
You're like some people, and it's you.
that right there is just not worth the time.
Yeah, what are you doing that? What?
Hey, I was a 20-point gamer score achievement. This is why I don't
What
play
does
on
that get you
Xbox
what?
anymore. That's why I'm on PC, baby. I can't be dealing with those achievements. It's too much. I can't resist.
Yeah, what do you get with them?
Nothing.
You don't get anything?
You get the number next to your name increases.
Just wait till
That's all.
Microsoft puts achievements on the PlayStation or the PC.
They have them,
On-
but there's no
on
numbers
Steam.
associated with them on
Oh,
Steam.
okay.
Yeah, it's just achievements. It's like, okay, so now that there's no number attached to it, I don't care anymore.
Oh, so you get nothing out of them.
You get well, you didn't
No,
get nothing
no,
anyway,
no.
but you don't have like a score. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Okay. So I don't know if you could trade them in for something.
oh no, they're absolutely worthless.
But yet you sit there for hours to reset your clock.
Trying to obtain all these worthless achievements that grant me nothing.
Gotta have high gamer score.
Dude, you gotta get the gamer score.
Well, I guess it's like a status thing, right? I guess.
Exactly.
So Pat, what was your gamer score in Call of Duty? Like,
I don't know. It's
the
all
roof?
online. There's not really like.
Well, each game has a set amount of achievement points you can get. It's
Okay.
like 1,000 or whatever. So it's like, if you're really good, you get all of them. And on PlayStation, it's trophies. It's the same thing.
Exactly. That's something to note about. All the Arkham games, aside from this new one, have always had the standard 50 achievements. But Arkham Knight, I don't know how many achievements are on PS4 and Xbox, but on PC, there's 79 achievements, man, and it's ridiculous. That's too many achievements.
are you trying to get them all?
Oh, just still trying to get some of them. Not all of them,
Now,
but some of them are ridiculous.
if you don't get
but-
all the achievements, does it say you finished the game 100%? Or
Yeah. No, you don't. You can finish the game 100%, but you didn't complete the game, like the achievements, you know what I'm saying?
So you beat the game already, right?
Yeah.
Now, what's your percentage?
Well, it organizes it by all the different missions that you're on. So, like, the main story mode, even though that will say 100% done, your overall percentage completed for the entire game, like, I'm at 88% or so because there's 13 or 14 side missions that are part of
Okay.
that entire percentage, you know? So even though you've completed story mode 100%, you're still not 100% done with the game, you know? There's still stuff to be done.
Okay.
Still missions to be taken
Now,
care
are they gonna like? Are there like different skins you can use? Are there different things?
Yeah.
Like, do stores have like if you get it at GameStop, can you like get a downloadable content
Well,
for?
the PlayStation got I think 3 exclusive ones.
Yeah.
You got I
like,
think it was the Batman 3000,
Oh, okay.
the Adam West one, and one other one. I can't remember the other one.
I didn't
Yeah.
use them yet. I don't know.
But you said it take like 4 hours to download it or something?
Yeah, but that was like I think that was just my connection. But yeah, it took like
4 hours
really
took
long to
It's
install.
like 4 days to download mine because my connection's horrible.
Yeah, it's like well, this is like any modern gaming now. It just
You
takes
see, I
forever
can't do
to
that. I
install.
want to put the cartridge in. I'm saying cartridge, but whatever you have it in, and just play it. I'm not gonna
The
sit there and
floppy
wait
disk.
for it to
Yeah.
download.
Wait, on PS4 you guys downloaded
Well, you have to install the game data.
Yeah, you have to install it. But then there's also
But you have to clear
updates,
memory to
too.
put the game in. Like Pat had a dump
Well,
memory.
yeah.
You guys have discs though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you still had to install
Oh
something?
yeah, then now with
It's
the
like
PlayStation and
50
Xbox,
gigs of like.
Yeah, see, that's why I'm not going to
Yeah.
play it.
Yeah.
I had to delete
I'm
my
not
Grand
playing
Theft
it.
Auto.
Yeah.
Install just to
you
make
could
room
only
for it.
have
And I
like 10 games
It's a
saved.
500 gigabyte hard drive.
Yeah.
This thing,
Mine got full too.
and it got full.
I thought that
Full
was
of
like.
what?
It's like
Because you
each game
install
is
the
like
games
50
now,
gigs.
They
yeah.
require you to install.
Even though it's a disc?
Yeah.
And you still have to run the disc even though you're taking up all this hard drive space on it?
Yeah.
So
They
when you
thought
play
of
the game, it
everything.
just has to be in there even though it's downloaded?
Well, they originally with that whole DRM thing, I think is what they were saying. Like when the Xbox One was coming out, you were not gonna have to use the disc, but then it was only gonna be on your console and no one else could use it.
Oh, okay.
So that was a big deal. So
Yeah,
they
people
scratched
like that,
that whole idea.
Well, because then potentially you can install that on your console and then
hand
bring
the
it back
disc
to
up.
GameStop
Exactly,
and say, hey,
yeah.
this doesn't work, I'm returning it. I want my
Exactly,
money
yeah.
back.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So on PC, you just play it?
On PC, they let you download most of the entire game, maybe some updates.
No, but do
But
you
a
go out
couple
and
days
actually, do you
before,
physically buy the game or do you just download it from
you just
online?
download it. But they let you install it a couple days before Street, and then at midnight when it comes out, instead of like I would go wait in line for games at GameStop at midnight, especially for like Call of Duties and Batmans. This was the first time. I'm a new PC gamer, so this was the first time that I was able to do pre-launch download of the game, and then at midnight on Tuesday, it was like instead of it saying can't play or there was no play button, it was just play, and you just start ripping it, and I was like, all right, cool.
That sounds great.
So while Pat was sitting there,
out of work sick.
so while Pat was driving back from GameStop,
I was
already playing.
I was already into it in my underwear, bro. Done. That's a wrap. Had my burrito next to me, got my fake cigarettes next to me, and I was done for like till 5 a.m. until my eyes closed naturally.
I think you can do it on the consoles too. I mean, I know with the Wii U,
Yeah,
a
you
lot
can
of the
like
new
download
Nintendo
games. Yeah.
do that. I'm not sure. I don't even bother to check the PlayStation.
Yeah, I
but,
can't do that. I'm
But
sorry.
I like a physical disc, which is why.
Sure.
You know what's too?
I
I'm also old school, so like, I don't. It's like music and DVDs. I like to have it. I don't like. Oh yeah, it's on my computer. I want to. You know, I like the disc. You know, the package of it. I like everything about it. Like going to buy it. I don't like just downloading it. To me, it's like you're cheating.
I'm with you. I'm collector number one, man. I gotta own everything, but I got so much stuff.
Yeah.
I don't care anymore.
Yeah,
got too much
I guess.
crap.
I don't know.
Once you get older, guys, let me tell you something.
You won't even play video games.
I'm going his route, even though I completely disagree with him now. There's like a little element in me that's saying, "You jerk, you're gonna be feeling the same way pretty soon, man."
Listen, I used to. I remember. I think like 2001 or 2, one of the Maddens. I remember getting up at like 4 in the morning. I had to be at work at 6. I remember getting up at 4 in the morning to play 1 or 2 games. I would play guys from like Australia and England in the morning online just to play a game because I was obsessed with it. You
Nice.
know, I was like you once, Joe.
Unreal.
And I got old.
It happens.
So that's why it's like, you know, I love the atmosphere of it. I love hearing about it and seeing it. But you know what it is? You know what killed it too? I was a big RPG fan. Huge RPG fan. And Final Fantasy VII came out
Oh boy.
for PS2. And was it PS1?
PS1.
PS1, I'm sorry. And it was 4, I think it was 4 discs. 3 or 4 discs.
Damn.
Yeah.
And I remember buying it.
Seeing that. Wow.
Was it 2 discs? I forget. But I
Metal Gear
remember
Solid
I remember
2.
buying
Yeah,
it. And I played it for like 45 hours, and I loved it. I was so into it. And then I had to work. I worked retail, so I had to work overnight from like Halloween until like February. So I was like 18, 19 years old. Worked 110-hour weeks. That's all I did was work because I would take off like the whole entire month of February. When I went to go play it again, I hadn't played it in so long. This is before online. I didn't know where I was, and I was like, "You gotta be kidding me! I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just walking around." And like I couldn't look it up online. I just said I can't do this anymore. And I every time I stepped away from the games, it's because of something like that. Time is money to me.
Yeah.
And I put in 45 hours into this game, and I don't know where I am. You know, I mean, I don't.
Should have got the Prima's official strategy down.
I think I had it. But I don't remember where I was. That game was awesome, but I got to step away. And you can't play those games. Like,
those are tough.
that was the problem like with
RPGs
Arkham City.
yeah.
You can't play it every 2 weeks. You can't because you can't get into a groove. You know what I mean? And then when you finally get like some time, there's like a movie part, you have to sit there for a half hour watching. I'm like, come on, I want to play. You know what I mean?
Play Metal Gear Solid 3. When you
So
sit
I
through
can't.
the
That's what that was my
45-minute
thing.
Cutscene in that game.
You throw in Mario, you can play 15 minutes, save it, and get out of there.
Jump on their heads, they're dead. That's
yeah,
a wrap.
That's right, man.
Batman, you gotta learn all the combos. You're right. Once you're out of the groove, like
You can't, but you
you're
can
never gonna
relearn
play
it.
it
You
again.
can't,
yeah.
especially me. I'm used to like.
It is quick to pick it back up, though. I will say that's why I was trying to get our Zapp Comics customers to give Corey a little push on playing games again in the next 10 years.
I don't have a console, man.
You will, don't worry, I
Someone
promise.
just walk in with like a PS4, just say, "Here, Corey,
Bro,
get back in."
In 10
You
years,
won't believe what
$50,
people
dude.
give me, man. People give me stuff all the time. Like, they're like, here you go. I'm like, what is this? Oh, I know you like this. I'm like, I don't want this.
If there was any game, though, for, what's your generation's nickname? You're not a baby boomer. You're too young for that.
Baby, bro.
I'm sorry. What's your generation's name? Your Generation X.
I don't know what I don't believe any of that crap. I was just born, man.
D-Generation X.
I was born in '77, man.
I was born.
I'm
a
a child of the 80s.
I'm not part of a
I'm
generation,
a child
man.
of the '80s, whatever you want to call it. I don't care.
This is the up for anything generation, man. That was when you were born. Unbelievable.
I'm a child of the '80s.
Wow.
Okay.
Well, I think it'll be a little easier for you when the time comes to jump back in. And especially the Batman games, even though you're saying now that you don't want to watch a story or they're boring, there will come a time in life when you ain't got nothing to do one day and you're going to say, oh man, that story is awesome, that Arkham Knight story. I want to find out who that guy is, even though Joe told me and I forgot. I'm still going to play. I want to know who he is. I know I can look on the internet right now, but forget it. I'm going to play the whole game. But anyway, my point is that the game isn't so crazy. It is easy to get back into the groove of it.
Listen, if I had time,
You
and
will.
more importantly, if I had any patience, I'd play that game. I don't have patience.
Let me tell you, them kids are going to grow up one day. They
I
ain't
don't-
going to need you, man.
I don't like to
You're
learn
gonna need
things.
them.
I like to just go. If you say, listen, you got to read this first, I'm not doing it.
All right?
I mean, it's all like in game. You know what I mean? They like teach you as you go type of thing.
Yeah.
You can play it on easy mode.
You can play on
No,
easy
that's
mode.
like cheating. I'm not playing on easy mode. It's like back in the day when you had like the NES Advantage and you put on turbo button and you just hold the button down and it kills everything. Yeah, that's like cheating.
I think the easy all
Or
changes
Game
is
Genie.
the combat.
Do you remember
anyway,
Game
so
Genie?
It doesn't make the puzzles
I
any
do,
hard,
wait.
less hard.
You guys remember Game Genie?
Of course, I had Game Shark.
Okay.
Which is around
the same
Similar.
time, yeah.
Similar.
You remember that?
Game Shark, I remember.
Was
What-
Game
what
Shark
is it?
like an extra thing that you put the game into, just
Yeah,
like Game Genie?
yeah.
That's
Okay.
how you
Yeah.
get all 50 Pokemon. If you
Yeah,
if
that's
you
it. That's
stick,
right. Yeah.
There was a code?
Yeah, of course.
Oh,
So that's
wow.
how you get a missing though. Or no, you.
See, I remember games where you couldn't even save them. The first Mega Man game, you couldn't save it.
Yeah, that's
There
what
was no
that's
save
what
point.
makes those
You
games
just played
so
that
hard.
game.
Wait, you can't save Mega Man?
Not originally. I think they do now when you can get it on like a different console. But NES,
Oh, yeah.
there was no save mode, man.
You just have to leave it
You
on.
just played it.
It's a good point. Game Genie and cheating and cheat codes in general, that's something that's totally evolved over the past 20, 30 years.
It's died.
Exactly. But the thing is, back in the day, you were talking about Game Genie, to get new Game Genie codes for new games, you had to, call the hotline or look in the back of GamePro. But most of the time, you'd call the hotline, right?
Yeah.
Now, if you get stuck in Batman Arkham Knight, YouTube, dip, 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 you can,
How do you
that
think
Riddler
I-
challenge is killing you. I'm guilty. I don't know how to do it. I look it up on YouTube. Someone finished it the first day. Got a video for every single Riddler
Hey,
challenge on the internet.
How do you think I did the Batarang one of the things? I watched it on YouTube. I'm like, I didn't know where the thing was because I don't know. I'm getting dizzy watching this. I watched it on YouTube. I did a search for it. I searched just to see if I remember playing Final Fantasy 1 and calling up the hotline because I didn't know the way the pattern of blocks were moved.
Wow.
Because it was some riddle I couldn't figure out. I'm
There's a
like,
hotline
I
for
didn't
video
know this
games?
was-
oh yeah, it was
There
like
was
$2.95, man.
You had to
A
pay?
minute.
Oh, of course you did. It was
Yeah,
like a
the game,
minute.
I remember getting yelled at for Game Genie.
Pat,
bills.
I used to call up.
This is new to me.
I used to
didn't
call up
know
a
that.
that.
hotline back in the 80s that you would call. It was 50 cents a minute so you could see what new comic books came out this week.
Did
And I would write them down.
Wow.
I would write them down. This is when comic books came out on Fridays.
This wasn't that long ago though.
This is
I
like
can't even.
89
I can't even
probably.
imagine this lifestyle.
Seriously. I used to call. I remember sitting there and my mother's like, all right, listen, it's going to cost you $2. I understand. I would sit there and it would go in alphabetical order. And there was no options like B for Batman. You had to listen to the entire list.
Oh,
And I would write them all down
man.
so I knew what was coming out.
Question on that. Was it Diamond that ran the hotline or no?
No, it was a shop that I used to go to. No,
Okay.
no, it was like
Imagine.
no, it wasn't Diamond. No.
I won't say anymore.
No, it wasn't Diamond. It was, but at that time there was more than one distributor. It wasn't just Diamond.
Won't say anymore on that.
So, no, but I'm saying they would a hotline, so I would call and listen for the things. Things change, man. The world changes.
I guess.
I remember getting the first Nintendo Power magazine in the mail. It was in the summer. I remember I by the pool. We read it. It had Mario on the cover.
Great
You
magazine.
read comics by the pool?
No, Nintendo Power.
I was like, that's dangerous, man.
No, Nintendo Power, man. I used to sit on my front steps of my friend's house. I remember reading Infinity Gauntlet on my front step of my friend's house.
Wow.
I remember reading Extinction Agenda, which is like, I don't know, 1991.
Right?
Yeah, on the front step of my friend's house.
Damn, what else you do on the front step?
I don't know. We throw rock. I don't know what we would do.
Leave that up for interpretation for the listeners to figure out. What was Corey Brown doing on the front step in 91? Send us your comments on the podcast. Let us know what you think he was really getting into back in the day.
No, I wasn't into skateboarding. We play sports. I was a sports nut. We would just play wiffle ball all day long.
Yeah.
Wiffle ball all day long. You know what wiffle ball is, Pat?
Yeah.
Craig?
I do know what football
Okay.
is. Yeah.
How do we get from Batman Arkham games to wiffle
I don't know.
ball?
Let's scoop back in there real
This is what
quick.
podcasts
Yeah.
are. They're just
You got me
tangents.
distracted.
I'm sorry, my bad.
You know?
So what's better, Mark Hamill Joker or Mark Hamill as the other guy he plays in the movies with all the robots and the Star Wars and all that stuff? Which one's better? Corey, go ahead. You go first.
To me, Mark Hamill is always going to be Luke Skywalker. But to your guys' generation, he's Joker.
Let's let them speak for their generation. Hold on.
Well,
Pat, who's Mark Hamill?
I mean, I didn't even really know like voice actors until like not that long ago, so
Okay.
he's probably Luke Skywalker to me too.
Yeah, I tend to agree. I didn't know it was the Joker for.
Though he is awesome
For
as
a
a
long
Joker.
time.
Oh, he's
Yeah.
amazing as a Joker.
And I like that. You know,
And
probably
like,
more.
one day
not
when
the
I
biggest.
found out like that voice that I know is the Joker was Luke Skywalker, I was like.
Well, I was
Like,
surprised
that
because
blew my
I
mind.
remember when the animated series came out, and the only time I had seen Mark Hamill was in Star Wars, the Star Wars trilogy, and obviously he was Trickster on Flash. And
Yeah.
I didn't know, like, and I'm like, what do you mean it's Mark Hamill? And I'm like, oh, that's gonna sound awful, because he was like a whiny kid in the Star Wars movies. He didn't have like a deep voice, like he was like kind of like screechy, you know. And all of a sudden he's like the Joker. I'm like, oh my god, it's him. And back then you didn't really ever see videos of him doing it. I mean, now you can just go online, but back then you just had it kind of envisioning it. And so I didn't see him like do actually the voice until like 5 years ago. I saw it on YouTube or something. So he's brutal, man.
He's my favorite Joker, man.
Oh yeah.
Oh, he's awesome.
People put him up against like Heath Ledger. I know he's never acted as the Joker, Hamill, but the first game, Arkham Asylum, I was like sold, man. That
Yeah.
was just sadistic.
I don't know if is it City when you're going through. No, it's the first one when you can hear it's echoing through the jail
Through the-
cells.
yeah, through the prison,
That's cool
yeah.
because it's like on the speaker system and
yeah.
something. It's like it gives you chills, man. It's good.
Absolutely.
I
Hey,
just
you didn't know what to expect with that first game.
I was gonna say I just like the shadowing chief.
Yeah.
All over the
Dude.
place, everywhere.
That's the first one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one I enjoyed. I mean, I really enjoyed that one because it was pretty like direct.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
the second one was like, okay, you can go wherever you want.
That's why I like the
This
second
was very
one so
direct and
much.
it kind of pushed you, you know, because for us older folk that, we're not as.
Linear gameplay.
Yes, thank you, Pat.
Wow.
I have nothing.
I
against
don't even know
linear
what that
gameplay.
is, Pat. Nice job.
I have nothing against that. I love. stuff
Yeah,
like
it's
that.
awesome.
So I like it like that because it's just easier.
You know, like the sandbox open world.
That's why I like, because
Aspect.
you get lost.
Yeah.
You don't know where you're going.
For hours.
Because you know what it is too. I gotta look when you gotta look at. That's what my problem was with Call of Duty. I had to look at too many different things. I gotta watch the map. I gotta watch the compass. I gotta watch where I am and watch where they are. There's too many things to watch. I just want to
stink at
drive.
Call of Duty, so
You know,
I'm not one to talk.
I'm watching my mirrors. Just want to drive. You know, so that's why I like the side scrolling stuff. It's just my. You know, I grew up on Pitfall, and you know.
Wow.
You know, show you how old I am. Joe,
Let's get it.
I remember waiting to play Pitfall on Atari.
Oh, man.
Waiting my turn for hours. You know why? Because my mother was playing it. And I couldn't play until she was done. You know, she was like in her late 20s, and I'm like, come on, I want to play this. She's like, no, you wait your turn. It was, you play when we die, and of course I die pretty quickly. And she did it, so to play by the rules.
That's unfair for a kid.
Hey, man,
Crappy
it's the rules, man. She bought the system.
Next turn.
No, games have really changed. They've really evolved, and I'm sure if I was, a young whippersnapper like yourselves, I'd be able to to do this. I'm sure my kids are gonna be like, yeah, you know.
But Dad, you said you were up for anything 20 years ago on the podcast you did with the comic store you used to work at, or you still work at. We don't know what's gonna happen in the future, you know. Might be comics like mega mogul at that point, like reviewing every comic book that comes out. Corey Brown, the hater. I mean, Corey Brown, up for anything.
What are you talking? I hate. I don't hate anything.
Oh.
What?
No.
Pat said something. He didn't say anything. He just said, "Pop."
No, to me, this is what a lot of stores don't do. You need to embrace the whole thing is one big family.
Yeah.
So people complain Comic-Con's getting too big. There's not enough comic book people there. I'm sorry, guys. Comic books are mainstream.
Yeah.
It is so mainstream,
Sure.
It's not even funny. Us comic book old school geeks, we're the minority here.
Yeah.
Okay? And it's fine. Listen, we complained for years. Nobody likes our stuff, and now everybody loves it. You're like, oh, what are you doing here? You invited them. And this is why it survives, because if it's just us, it's going to die.
You know what I will say? At every Comic-Con that I've been to, because, I mean, they didn't start getting huge at Javits until...
Like 3-4 years ago.
Yeah, until, like, I mean, it's in the same time frame as these games, right?
Mhm.
Most of the Harleys that I see and most of the Ivies that I see cosplay at Comic-Con are the nurse outfit from Arkham Asylum. It's like the number one I see. And Ivy is mostly, like... Ivy didn't always have, like, they make her look like she has, like, tats of leaves all over her now and stuff
She
like
looks
that.
like Eve from Adam and Eve.
Exactly, right?
Basically, she's just two leaves and a...
That's how she looks in the game, you know?
Half naked.
Or she has like a button
She's
down,
green.
but it's like it's barely covering her chest up. In the game, that's how she looks. And every time I see Ivy cosplay at Comic-Con, it's always derived from the games. I never see, like, there's always going to be old school Harley outfits, but most of the time it's the nurse one from Arkham Asylum. And a lot of people know all these villains from the game now. Like you were saying before, like, they don't even read the comics. They don't even care.
Listen, like, you would never, ever know who Calendar Man is.
Never.
Because
I
unless
don't
you're
even
like an
know.
old school guy like Dr. Johnny No, who's not here tonight, he likes these like weird obscure villains. You wouldn't know who Calendar Man is because he's not. But it's cool that like a guy comes in here and says, "Hey," a kid's like, "Oh, that's Calendar Man." It's like, "What? How do you know who that is?" Because it's in the game. Kids come in here and they I remember like last year, you remember Pat, everybody wanted Nova figures. I'm like, how do you know Nova is? Because he was in the Ultimate Spider-Man cartoon.
Yeah.
Nova is one of those guys that's like kind of like, okay, he's kind of like a comic book guy character. No, it was like, I want Nova. I'm like, how do you know who Nova is? It's a cartoon. My daughter knows who her favorite thing on this planet right now is Beast Boy because of the cartoon. You know?
Wow.
Beast Boy's great, though.
Beast Boy's awesome. I like Cyborg. Cyborg's funny on that show.
Is Deathstroke? Is he on the show?
No, he's not on this one.
Okay,
He
I
hasn't
watched
been
it
in
if it
any
was.
episodes?
I
As Slade?
don't know. I haven't. I like.
He's had to, because he was like the main villain.
I know,
in the
Pat.
original.
You've watched almost all
No.
100. Have you seen Deathstroke?
No, don't
Okay.
You got him!
Pat's excuses. My DVR broke. I'm like, please.
I didn't know Slade was Deathstroke, because I mean, eventually when I got into comics, I was like, oh, okay, Deathstroke is really cool. Then I went back and realized, I was like, wait a second, Slade from Teen Titans is Deathstroke? I'm like,
Yeah.
Because they didn't call him Deathstroke in
yeah,
the game.
they said it
No.
was
in the show.
too, something
Yeah,
with the
'cause Deathstroke.
name. Yeah.
But
so-
in Arkham Origins, he's in it, right?
yes, yeah.
Now, did they ever show him without his mask, or is he just running around?
Yeah, I
I
think
think they
so,
do.
yeah.
I think they take his mask.
Did they?
Definitely at the end. Because at the
Oh.
end he's in the jail cell with Amanda Waller walks in.
Oh, I forgot about that
Yeah,
scene.
that's
And
a-
she asked them all to join the
The
squad,
Suicide
man.
Squad. But yeah, that's like the very end, like after the credits, and it's probably not going to lead into anything because that game didn't do so well. But you never know.
I'm betting money on a Suicide Squad video game coming out in the next
You
couple of
never know.
years.
Probably,
dude.
yeah.
Do we know what's lined up next? This is the last Batman game, right?
This is the last one done by Rocksteady.
Okay.
There's gonna be plenty more.
I
So
know.
I'm saying,
Don't
you
worry.
think they're gonna move on to something else besides Batman? You think they'll go to something
They
else?
might. I mean, with these companies, it's all, as you know, it's all about money. So if they're gonna make money on it, they're gonna make another game.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, like,
So-
a lot of times you see these things. It's like they're like Halo. Aren't they done with Halo? Aren't they
Well,
done?
Halo was supposed to end at 3, and then they made Reach, and then they made ODST, and then they made Halo 4, and now there's 5. So I mean, it's all about they just extend it.
No, I know. I just don't know if they're like,
Yeah.
okay, maybe they'll make it a Nightwing game.
I wouldn't
I
be
don't know.
surprised if they do something like
Is
that.
Nightwing in this? Can you be
He
Nightwing?
is, yeah.
Yeah, you know, that's a good point that you bring up. The mechanics in this game, that's the first time where there's missions where you team up, where you Batman and Robin, or Batman and Nightwing, Batman and Catwoman, or Azrael, or that might be like a good precursor to like, okay, you did that in the last Batman game. Here's a Suicide Squad game where you need the whole team for the mission. You have to keep switching back and forth between characters depending on what power or what role they play in the mission. I can see that.
I can see
totally
I can see if the movie does well, I can see them doing that. You know, because Deathstroke, in our comic book bubble, Deathstroke's like a big deal.
Yeah.
You know, and he's an easy
He's
guy.
almost as big as Deadpool.
He's not near that, but anyway.
He's become popular being an
Those guys are really
Arrow
similar.
too. I mean,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, but I'm saying like
everybody
he's a character you could easily like Turok. Okay, I knew him from the comic books, but most of the people know him from the video game. He's one of those characters you could make him be like a video game type character.
It's like
Deathstroke.
right now, didn't know until this second that it was a comic book. Had
Turok?
no idea.
Turok is from
I always
he's from
knew
the
it was a
Silver
video
Age.
game.
He's from Gold Key.
It was that rated M game I couldn't play when I was a kid.
That was rated M for
It might have even
N64?
been AO at the time, actually.
Funny story,
Yeah.
super quick. Bought Turok. Dinosaur
N64?
Hunter. Bought it for N64 for my younger cousin who was like 10 at the time. I was maybe 12 or 13. It had a teen rating on it, I think, or something.
I know one of them it definitely had an M.
Maybe
because I
it was
allowed
the
to play
M.
it.
I don't remember, but it wasn't too out of control. But anyway, I gave it to him for his birthday. We're at a big party. The whole family opens up. Oh, awesome! His mom comes over. Love her to death. My aunt walks over. She goes, looks at the rating, and ESRB was like pretty new at that point. This was like 90s, early 90s. They were kind of new to the game, and she saw the rating, and she saw that they put the ages right underneath it. And she's like, "Gotta take it back. I can't play." And the tears started coming. I was getting upset too. I was like, I wanted to play with them, you know? Like,
Yeah.
Had to go back.
Oh, what'd you get instead?
For him, I don't remember. We got him a gift card or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now if you traded in for like Pac-Man or something.
Jet Force Gemini.
Do you remember Turok, Pat? You too young for that?
The video game? Yeah, I think so. I don't remember playing it really though. But
But it's
I'm
funny,
pretty
you
sure
didn't know
I
he's a character.
I
He's
never
a
played
character
it,
from the
yeah.
Silver Age. Gold Key, which made Magnus Robot Fighter. You know who he
Yeah.
is?
No.
Turok.
The vein in Corey's head is gonna.
I know.
No,
yeah,
Turok.
Losing respect.
No. Solar Man and the Atom. Well, anyway, in the 90s, you ever hear of Valiant comics?
I've heard of them. Yes.
In the 90s, they were like,
I remember. Don't kill me.
Okay.
I remember they were saying.
okay,
Valiant
Valiant
X-Men
comics.
Manowar, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Valiant came up in the 90s. Overnight, they became the hottest thing for like a year or two, and it's because they got the properties Magnus, Turok, Solar Man and the Atom, and they had their own characters like Exo Man of War and Eternal Warrior, and they did this whole crossover Unity, whatever. And they quickly, that company and the Image almost destroyed the comic book market because of the way they like speculators and whatever stuff like that. So now they're coming back, but they're not in the same companies because Dynamite has the Turok and the Solar Man and the Atom Magnus, and Valiant has Exo Man of War and Rai and all that stuff like that. But yeah, Turok is based on the video game. Acclaim actually bought. Acclaim, I think the video game company Acclaim bought Valiant, and they did Acclaim comics. But Turok sold extremely well from the video game. But yeah, he's based on a comic. But did you know that?
When I started working here.
Okay.
Because I saw them around.
Yeah, well, how would you know? You guys are kids.
Yeah.
How old are you?
24.
23.
23. Yeah, see, they're pups.
Joy at breast.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick, some voiceover trivia for. You got some time?
We have plenty of time. Just keep
Oh,
going.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Don't rush.
So sorry. Just a little voiceover trivia for all of our Zapp Comics listeners for Arkham Knight. I don't know if you guys noticed while you were playing, immediately, as soon as Gordon popped up in this game, I said, that's not the same guy who's been doing Gordon. I'm like, who is that? Sounds so familiar, very gritty, a little older dude. Almost doesn't match the look of Gordon, but after a while it grew on me. I was like, I really like this guy doing Gordon. I'm like, I know. I'm like, who is it? And it was the great Jonathan Banks who does Mike Ehrmantraut on Breaking Bad. Did you guys realize that? You guys Breaking Bad fans?
Oh, really? I didn't know
I
that.
didn't watch Breaking Bad, and
It's Mike, man.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's so, and then I'm like, wow, that's unbelievable.
Who did the voice before?
I don't know, nobody super notable, but the fact that they got him for this game, the timing is like awesome.
Is he in it a lot?
Yeah, he's great, and he's noticeably an angrier. Gordon
now that you said it, I definitely could hear
it. Was a perfect choice for voice acting. Also, Pat, you're a Call of Duty guy. I don't know how well versed you are with Black Ops.
Which one? The new one coming out?
Either one, Black Ops 1 or 2.
Yeah.
Zombies.
Yeah.
So Nolan North, amazing voice actor. He does the Penguin.
Follow him on Twitter.
Nolan North, great, right? He does the Penguin on Arkham Asylum. Also does Tank Dempsey. He does Edward Richtofen in the Zombies storyline for Call of Duty. Also, Call of Duty, I forget the dude's name, but he does like 90% of the thugs in Arkham Knight, and he is Tank Dempsey from Zombies from Call of Duty Black Ops and Black Ops 2. And you'll hear his voice like in almost every single thug battle you do. He plays at least one thug that he overused him the entire game. It's pretty funny. You know, so to say, well, how does that guy get around the city that fast?
Yeah.
Man, you know, I've killed him so many times already. Not killed him. I've strangled him to unconsciousness because nobody dies in these Batman games.
Oh,
you
no,
know
of
that,
course
right?
not. Yeah.
Well,
Batman doesn't kill anybody.
Well, yeah, Batman
It's
doesn't
not
kill
supposed to be
anyone.
Batman.
Yeah, he just strangles them until they're blacked out. They might wake up. We don't know. It says unconscious when you're in detective mode. But I don't know if some of those guys are
and
getting
the
back
cops
up.
just pick them up from wherever they are, and they
Yeah.
end up in the jail cell.
Like there'll be a turret guy that I took down from behind, and I got him with the electric shock charge. You know, like I don't think he's getting up in real life. He's not getting up. Like
He's
definitely just killed all of his nerves. Like I don't think he's getting up. But the detective mode says unconscious, and he's still got a healthy heart rate going. They show you, so I'm like,
I forgot about that. You can tell when they're actually out because it shows you the vital signs.
Absolutely. So
What do you guys playing on PS4, right?
Yeah.
Did you play on Xbox before this or PS4? PS3.
PS2.
PS3. Yeah.
What's the difference between the Xbox version and the PS4 version? Anything?
Well, you get some free downloadable content, and I think that's it. Like the skins, and then there's some Scarecrow
So
missions.
they don't have like an extra level or nothing in either.
Well, there's the Scarecrow missions. I don't know what they are. They're nightmare missions, they
Okay.
call them. I haven't played them yet. But
Okay.
And I think PS4 gets like early release on some DLC or something like that.
Okay.
yeah, it's just when they make a deal.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
I remember when I pre-sold, I think Ultimate Alliance 2. You could get like Silver Surfer code at like GameStop, and I was like, "Yeah, that's my boy." And he was so awful to play because the character was so hard to use in the game.
Oh yeah, I used to play that with Mark.
Yeah, I'm like,
Because
it's not.
Mark was of course Silver
Yeah,
Surfer, and
Mark. I know he's a surfer. It wasn't a good. I'm like, this. He doesn't belong in this. But
he's just floating above everybody.
yeah, it was annoying.
Rocksteady, they fell into a huge snafu with all the pre-order bonuses for Arkham Knight when it came out. So they had promised so many different pre-order bonuses to different retailers. So Amazon had one, Steam had one, Xbox had one, PS4. Everybody had in Target, Walmart. Everybody had a different pre-order. So eventually, you get the customers complaining is that they would have to potentially buy the game 5 or 6 different times to get all the stuff. Right? No one's gonna do that, and I don't think. Maybe there's some maniac out there that would buy them all.
Pat might do that.
No.
So they
I've seen you with the books. You buy everything. If you want it, you'll get it.
And again, that's like 8 copies of Arkham Knight.
Yeah, I don't think I'd do that one.
Wow. So they sell this season pass. So you've already spent $60 on the game. Now for another $40 or $50, depending on where you go, you can buy all this DLC. We don't know what's going to happen because the DLC is timed. For the next 6 months, once a month, they'll release something, and you've already bought it. So you'll just download to whatever system, whatever platform you play on, right? But all the DLC that's included in that season pass is all those pre-order bonuses. So it's all for hype for the game. For who are you going to buy it from? You're going to buy it from Walmart. You're going to sit at home and buy it digitally. You're going to get something different from everywhere, or you can just not buy it anywhere, or just buy it online. Do a download and buy the season pass, and you got all those pre-order bonuses. So you didn't have to spend $300 buying 6 copies of the game.
I'm gonna tell you something, Joe, because you're getting older. You already took one step by downloading the game early. When you whatever. I tell you right now, you're never gonna wait in line for midnight because you're gonna be complaining like, dude, I could be home already. I'm telling you right now, dude. I'm telling you right now. Listen to me. I haven't been to a Comic-Con myself in like 10 years without working.
I was gonna say, I see you every year.
I'm telling you right now, dude. If I didn't have a connection, I'd be like, I am not waiting in line. I'm not. Because once you taste it, you're like, I can't do it. It's not that you're too good for it. You just know what it's like.
I tasted the flavor is too
It's
good.
like you're going backstage to a concert, all of a sudden you got to wait in line and sit up on the lawn. You don't want to do that.
I know.
I'm telling you, you're not going back. You're not waiting in line anymore. You're done. You can make fun of me all you want.
Oh, I hear you, man. Absolutely.
You're done, dude. I swear. It's just the other day, they had that Seinfeld. They set up his apartment in the city.
Yeah.
Hulu.
The guy broke the door, right?
Yeah, the guy broke the door. I went Sunday to go with my daughter and my wife, and it was raining and off and on. So I said, if there's no line, I'll get in line. If this line isn't big, I'll go in there. The line was like 3 blocks long.
Oh my god.
I said, I'm not doing this. I said, it's not worth it for me. I'm not going to stand out there and make them stand out there, or they have them drop me off while they drive in the city. Because you notice once I got in there, I'd be in there for 5 minutes. I'd be like, dude, it wouldn't be rewarding enough for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I don't. There's nothing there.
What were you gonna do when you're gonna take a picture?
You take a picture. I'm like, it's cool and all, but I'm like, it's not like Jerry's in there. I'm like, I'm good.
Imagine he was. What would you do?
I'd wait in line.
Yeah.
There's two people I don't get starstruck with anybody. I just don't. I'm just like, hey, they're successful people. It's something I enjoy that to do. I don't get like, oh my god, I really want to meet them. The two people I would actually really, I don't know if I'd be nervous, but I would really want to meet.
Hooper?
What?
Hooper?
Hooper?
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know.
Jaws?
Yeah.
Richard Dreyfuss?
Richard Dreyfuss. Sorry, bro.
No, Matt Hooper, no.
Mr. Holland, right?
Yeah. You know Adolphus? It would be Jerry Seinfeld and Trent Reznor. Those are the only two people I would actually like really want to meet.
Trent over Hooper? You're kidding me.
Yeah.
You met Dreyfuss already, haven't
No, I
you?
met Dreyfuss.
I thought he was gonna pick two people from Seinfeld. He like hyped this up. I'm like,
Yeah, Jerry Seinfeld.
Jerry and like Julia Louis-Dreyfus. But he said Trent Reznor. I was
No,
like,
I
where
mean
did that
like
come from?
Reznor's my boy. I love Trent Reznor.
I thought he was gonna meet these two people in the apartment. Like,
I would have waited in line if they were there.
He wanted Jerry and Kramer in the apartment.
No, Jerry
waiting for him.
Seinfeld, like I love him, and like obviously Trent Reznor. Those are the two I would wait in line for.
Wow. What about
Other than-
Newman?
Who?
Newman?
Wayne Knight's cool, but
That's his real name?
Wayne Knight, yeah.
I refer to him as the guy who tried to steal the eggs and then that crazy raptor hissed in his face.
Hey, that
and
barber
the
salt
rap-
can was cool, man.
Just going down the river,
He was gonna
man.
save the day in Space Jam.
He was in Space Jam?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was like Michael Jordan's manager or something.
Yeah.
Oh
Like
my god.
Wayne Knight was Newman was Michael
Believable.
Jordan's manager.
that. Yeah.
How old were you when that came up, Pat?
What, Space Jam?
Yeah.
I don't know.
You see it in the movie
How old
theater?
was I? When did it come
I
out?
think we were both old enough for that one. I think.
I can tell you a funny Pat story because he doesn't
That's
talk
all
much, so I'm going to
understood.
embarrass him. The less you talk, the more I'm going to embarrass you. Okay? True
Yeah,
story.
you do it anyways.
Pat didn't want to go to preschool.
Uh-oh.
All right? So his mother
Nothing
said
did
to
the
him,
podcast.
his mother said to him, I'm outside all day in my car waiting for you. So when she dropped him off, he'd walk in, he'd look and see her in the car. So he'd be in there all day thinking my mom's outside. When he got out of school, she'd be there. Well, one day they had a fire drill. And he went outside, and Mommy wasn't in the car.
Oh, boy.
So guess what? Guess who got pulled out of preschool and never went back because he caught his mother lying?
Yeah, that was not
Patrick
good.
Jane McCloskey.
That's a real story?
Wow.
Yeah, it's a real
How
story.
did you get the intel on
He
that?
told me.
Oh
Yeah,
my
sure.
god. Amazing.
That's awesome, man. When we do the Pokemon podcast, I have a
There's
great
another
story for that.
story.
It's a good one. Can you imagine this little kid? And he was like so mad. He had a fit. They had to pull him out, and he never went back to preschool.
Dude, his mom lied to him.
Yeah, but of course she lied to him. She's like,
I
everything. I'm
know.
outside. I'm waiting for you. And then he comes out. There she is. There's a fire drill. Guess what? I look over there. She ain't there. What if she said I went to go get a coffee or something?
She couldn't lie to me anymore. It's
He could have been like, I went to go tell the fire department there was a fire. Jeez.
She probably could have, done a little bit more to that. Just
Yeah.
told like the teacher, been like, look, he thinks I'm in the car. Do not bring him outside.
Well, the fire drill. They had to go outside. You know?
It's like
And
everybody
it's a
in the class
preschool.
except Patrick
Preschool's
is
not
still
big, so
Yeah, it just
outside.
left me inside.
Wow.
You bird.
Yeah. Oh man.
That's my Patty.
Thanks for making me relive that, Corey.
Patrick, thank you for telling me so I can tell the whole world.
You
Because
got
I will. I'll tell every. Ask my wife. My wife says one word wrong or something like that. I run with it for decades. My poor wife.
Oh,
Because she's from
sorry. We
from
know.
South America, so pronouncing our words sometimes is hard. Trust me, I can't pronounce any of their words. So when she messes up on a word, trust me, I jump on it, man. That poor girl. But she stays with me. She's right by my side.
What a sweet woman.
That's right, man. She's a saint.
Oh dear.
That's what she calls me, dear.
Nice.
Saint?
What do we?
So I'm glad you guys came by for the. I know we kind of got sidetracked a little bit, but
That's the best part of these Zapp podcasts.
I know.
Zapp Comics. His Zapp podcast is not located anywhere because it's not a physical thing. It just exists in your eardrums. Zapp Comics, however, where's it located?
We have one in Wayne, New Jersey. The other one's Manalapan, New Jersey.
Manalapan.
We're also
in
online.
Wayne.
We're on Facebook. We're on Twitter. We're on Instagram.
Wow. How about Snapchat?
I don't know-
Zapchat?
What is that?
That's where you take a picture of yourself and it goes away in like 30 seconds?
No,
Oh,
we're
you
not.
should make Zap Chat.
Zapchat coming. Dude.
Start
I,
up Zap Chat.
No. And remember,
He said
listen,
no.
guys, Joe Ott, you can find him thrash and metal everywhere.
Thrashmetal.com.
My boy-
It's probably a real
It
website.
probably is a real website. What's the name of your website? You have a cool website.
I do have a cool website. It is thrashmetal.com. I didn't actually launch it yet, so I can't say.
You gave me the card.
I know, because you're my boy. I wanted to give you the card.
Oh, it's not. Okay.
Yeah, it's not out yet. Don't worry, we'll talk about it.
He wrote my song. The guy's awesome.
He wrote the song. Zapp Comics Radio Podcast.
Yeah. The Sun, the Moon, the Stars.
That's a band. I'm in it. We
That's
did it.
man.
We're a band.
That's right.
We did it. I shop at Zapp Comics a lot.
Yeah. Big War fan.
Big Guar fan. Cross.
Gross. Mind you, Joe's on the other side of the room. His voice is so deep and loud.
Thanks for having me again.
Thanks,
I
Joe.
can't wait to come back and talk about something else.
That's right,
He has a
baby.
good voice, though.
He's got a great voice.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, I think
It's
he should
Joe friggin' Ott, man.
Can you invite
What'd you
Craig
say
back
at the
and he
beginning? You
come
said
for
something
more?
at the beginning. You would you say holy crikey or something? What'd you say at the beginning?
What's crapping here? You looked at me like I have to something. I was going to say nuts.
What's crapping? Didn't Jay Green make fun of you last time you said it?
I said, what's happening, cuz? He goes, it's like Joe's stuck in the 90s over here. I am, though. So I'm guilty of that.
All right, you know.
Yeah, man.
Craig from Craig Stuff, I appreciate that you came on today.
I appreciate you having me.
And I promise you'll be back.
And everybody, make sure you watch Craig's Stuff on YouTube.
That's right. What was your last Craig Stuff you did? What was it?
It was actually the Red Hood.
Was it the Red Hood
action figure?
That was a
from
GameStop
Arkham.
exclusive, right?
Yes, it was. And I got one coming from the Marvel Collector Core.
Oh,
I'm gonna unbox
the
that,
blind
yeah.
boxings?
Yeah.
What was
Ant-Man.
Ant-Man.
You unboxed Ant-Man?
Yeah.
Was it cool?
I like it. Yeah.
What was it, 2 bobbles and another bobble?
You gotta
Like too many
you gotta
bobbles.
watch the video. I don't want to spoil the video.
I didn't see the video. I'm saying,
Is it up yet, the video?
No, it should be up tomorrow. I think,
Okay.
because I'm off
there's a
tomorrow.
little baby, smallest
Yes.
Funko Pop ever in
Yes,
there, right?
there is.
I'm sure you did.
Oh, it's
something
Ant-Man.
funny with
Come
him.
on, of course it is.
Of course there is.
We're doing one on Ant-Man. Remember, you, me, and Rusty.
Yo, do you have the Funko Pop here for Ant-Man?
Oh, I sold it already.
What?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
I knew you wanted it.
What do you mean? I have him on my leg and my foot tattooed as a zombie. you really sold it already?
Yes, the doctors already know about it.
He was just in here.
Yeah, you wanted it the other day.
I'll knock him out, man. Really?
Yeah,
Can you give me one?
I'll try.
Wait, does he have tattoos of Ant-Man on him? So you don't know. So I quit. I'm done. Now you really gotta get me one of those.
I'll do my best.
I'm gonna go to Craig's house and steal his.
Okay. He just laughs.
Wait, Dr. Johnny knows
I'm
about
just-
Funko
he
Pop?
comes in
He
my house
buys
in like a
everything.
mask.
Oh my god. I'm Zapp Comics
Listen,
listeners. I'm saying it on record right now. I want a Ant-Man Funko Pop doll with the small little baby Ant-Man
doll?
inside.
They're not dolls.
What are they?
They're figures.
Oh, I still call controllers paddles, and my friends think I'm nuts. So I want one of those.
I call them joysticks. From
I hope there's-
Atari.
You are a joystick. Give me that Ant-Man
I had a
Funko
guy at
Pop
work
doll,
ask for a
right?
PlayStation joystick the other
See,
day.
that's what they were, man. Joystick and a button. That's all we had. Have you ever used Atari
I
controller?
have used it.
I can't play Pac-Man without the joystick. It's weird. I have to have the joystick for Pac-Man.
Do you remember the Pac-Man cereal? You can do it. You can do
Yeah.
the Pac-Man cereal. Remember that? Can you introduce Pat already, please?
I can't get to it. You guys, you're whining about your Ant-Man doll.
Okay, I really want the doll. We're
Okay.
kidding around, but you better get it from
Okay.
me or you fired.
Thank you, Craig. Craig,
you.
Craig Stuff, YouTube. Oh, what do you guys? You do them once a month? How often they come out?
Whenever I feel like
Depending
it.
on product.
Whatever you feel like.
It does depend on product, yeah.
Okay.
So
I know you get a lot of hits on the blind box ones, right?
I do, yeah.
Nice.
I think I got one of those coming too. I was gonna get the Heroes of the Storm.
Sounds
Like
good.
World of Warcraft
Cool.
one.
Fun videos.
And Pat,
Yeah.
what's up? Mr. Preschool.
Mr. Preschool.
How you doing?
That's
Uh,
a record today for most talking.
He's talking. I know. I'm trying to get him. Just embarrass him. He'll talk.
Nah.
Master
I'm done.
of
You ruined my intro by laughing at me when I was talking.
We're going on. This is the longest podcast I've done.
The last
How long is
podcast
this?
he's doing.
This is a long one.
You can find Patrick at Zapp Comics, of course. He's also on Instagram. He's an amazing artist. He did a really cool custom Starfire and Silky for my daughter for her birthday. She loves it. It's on her wall. Thank you very much for that, Pat.
Thank you.
I saw your Baymax one. It popped up like randomly on like a thing I searched. Had like 1,800 likes. That's
Yeah,
cool,
it was
man.
on the Instagram, yeah.
1,800 likes?
Yeah,
I don't think it was that. I don't think it was that many. It was like
yeah,
over
it
1,000
was.
though.
I liked it. I saw the number.
Ah, never mind. Then I guess it was.
It was over 1,000.
It's all about
So that's
them
cool,
tags.
man.
It's really cool.
My boy.
Pat Comics Radio.
So again, thanks for listening, guys. Sorry I got sidetracked, but when we talk video games and we got to go everywhere. Turok was a comic book, Craig.
And now I know. And
See?
I know that because I listened to the Zapp Comics radio podcast.
And where you know where they're located at, by chance? It's on Valley Road. What town is that? You know what that is?
It's in Wayne, New Jersey.
Wayne, New Jersey.
And Manalapan.
Oh wow.
That's right.
And where's that down in Manalapan? That's
right
a shopping center somewhere.
Yeah, it's right
What
out.
kind of shopping center?
It used to be the Food Town shopping center. Now it's on Tenant Road. It's on it's a stop and shop.
No, that's New Jersey.
Right off Route 9. Yes.
Okay, good.
Right by the Freehold Mall down there.
Yeehaw.
And where's this one right now? Let's do it.
Good night, everybody. Appreciate you being on here. Be good.
Bye.
I'm crazy.
That's a spy.
Zapp Comics Radio Podcast. Zapp Comics Radio Podcast. Zapp Comics.